In 1587, the Milanese cartographer Urbano Monti handcrafted a map of the world, divided into 60 color plates. That map accompanied a 4-volume geographical treaty published by Monti in 1590, called Universal Treaty. Description and location of all known Earth so far, which is very well detailed and decorated. The treatise and map served, not only as a geographic tool, but also to display weather, fauna, habits, length of day, information about the eclipses of the sun, direction of winds and distances within regions. Therefore, this is a universal scientific planisphere. The map remained practically disappeared and unknown until modern times. It is not uncommon for these types of maps to be mysteriously hidden from the public. It was obtained by the David Rumsey Center for Maps, Stanford Libraries, California. This map center scanned all 60 sheets and put them all together digitally. The assembled map ended up being roughly a little over 3.30 meters in diameter, being one of the largest maps in the world made in the 16th century. It is unique in history and cartography. This map evidently presents a flat Earth model. Of course, immediately after the map center put all the parts together, and the map of the flat Earth will remain before everyone's gaze. They said that Urbano Monti's wish was supposedly show the entire Earth as close to a sphere as possible, three-dimensional, using a two-dimensional surface. However, what the map shows is quite obvious and clear. Represents the Earth seen from the top, directly over the North Pole, which is in the center, a perspective that former cartographers hardly used, according to the story they have told us. And in addition to being an irrefutable reference to the shape of the Earth, this wonderful masterpiece of geographical knowledge, it surprises us with multiple lands that surround the circle of the world. This map is a treasure. Other maps of the Earth also represent what we know as the Antarctic continent, in a circular landmass shape that surrounds the planet. The map of Urbano Monti does not have Australia, as we know it, but shows a large landmass where it's supposed to be. On the map, you can see unicorns, griffins, mermaids, mermen and other mysterious fantastic creatures. It also shows cities in North America where there should be no cities. The Sahara Desert is not even close to its current size. In fact, it isn't even there. There are some small deserts located in the vicinity of the Sahara today. We can see lakes, rivers, trees, and animals. What is important, we can see cities or towns in places where scientists they say there shouldn't be any. On the other hand, some of the places that we know today are found on the map where they're supposed to be. This suggests that the map was accurate at the time. The differences that we see in specific details must be attributed to when this map was actually created. And there is no definitive information on whether Urbano Monti compiled a map based on the original research of your time, or if you used some older sources. We see that Europe is detailed, everything is in place. The Egyptian pyramids are also on the map, as well as the city of Cairo. Muscovy on this map is a ruined province, a river, and a lake. We observe that 12 kings are represented on the map of Urbano Monti. You have to think that they are the most influential nobles, the rulers who manage the destiny of the world. In America you can see recognizable and well-defined rivers, coastlines, not just coastal cities, but also cities in the interior of the continent. Lakes, mountain ranges, everything is there. What does that mean? That by then all this territory was explored, learned, mapped. It will be necessary to see what type of cities are these. And in North America, deep in Alaska, we find a mention of Tartary. Summer training camp of the Tatars. It means that this territory had been studied, mapped, indicating mountains, rivers, forests, cities and the summer camp of the Tatars. A curious thing is that Acadia, a colony of New France in northeastern North America. It was founded in 1604 and the map dates from 17 years is a little difference. But this is only between the map creation dates and the founding date of Acadia. But, here's another interesting thing, see how America is represented on this map. Now let's compare it to a more modern atlas from 1742 by Guillaume de Lisle. 150 years earlier, Urbano's map shows it complete. The fact that 150 years before 1742, judging from these two maps, the territory of North America was known, and at least, it wasn't just a blank spot in the World Atlas. Something quite strange. And Africa looks green and flourishing, riddled with a network of deep rivers. Another point of importance on this map is the drawing of Regione dei Giganti, region of giants, where two large men appear, today called Patagones. The Patagones or Patagonian giants are a mythical people of giants that appeared in the first European reports on the southern Atlantic coast of South America. Region that for that reason received the name of Patagonia. Here's another thing, why is no one surprised by how Antarctica was depicted by the ancient cartographer? This is a full projection of the atlas. What do you see there in all those lands that? Are they unknown to us? Google Earth wanted to adapt the map to a digital globe and this was the result. But why do they make the world go round at this angle in the video? Why not show the North and South Poles? Perhaps because years later the South Pole would be represented like this. Precisely with nothing. Why hide those lands? And no one said anything about how the South Pole is represented on the map of Urbano Monti. But, there is a KMZ file for the Google Earth program, which can be downloaded. And you can see the projection of the atlas on the globe world also below. It seems that here the plane could no longer be adapted well to the balloon. What is in the upper right corner is probably Australia. but does not match. For nothing the Antarctica of Urbano Monti, nor the lands that are seen there, with the current spherical model. The funny thing is to see why Australia separated it from Antarctica on maps after this one. At the North Pole there are also differences with the one they show us today. This map also provides extended information about Japan, which was not found on other Western maps created at that time. Another mystery is that the map clearly provides details of the areas not yet discovered in 1587. But it all seems very strange and contradictory. On the one hand, it turns out that Monti was a brilliant geographer, and on the other, he did not know the rotation of the Earth around the Sun that they tell us officially, since a smaller sun is seen on the map, with its trajectory drawn around the Earth. It is also observed that the compass points to the North Pole on the plane of the Earth. Nor does it mean that this map is the absolute truth. It may fit the possibility whether it is false, like many other documents, or not, as it has a lot of accurate and interesting data. This map definitely has secrets and provides for much more analysis and study. Unfortunately, in order not to delve deeper into the map analysis, some say that Urbano Monti was a kind of fantasy cartographer. But how do you explain that, at that time, in the 16th century, someone ordinary like Urbano Monti could map all of America, less than 95 years after Columbus discovered it, and have the entire world atlas drawn correctly and fairly detailed ready? Making a map of the world with such characteristics and that precision is very difficult. Taking into account that in those days there were supposedly no planes, no positioning system, neither telecommunications, nor the technology we know today. Nothing with which a map of that magnitude could be created, according to what we have been officially told. So how did the ancient cartographer manage to create a map so detailed that it is still you can superimpose on the world and get a surprising match of the data? How many million surveyors is to create this map? What complicated surveying equipment did they use? Did they have more advanced tools than you think existed? There would have to be a level of technological capabilities at that time to be able to do this great job, since we are talking about a complete map of the world. So this map could cast doubt on the official version of the story. But as usual, our scientists will probably say that this is a mystery from the past.